I have two types of treats that I always make at Christmas time. I want to share those treats with you today, and I also want to show you a fun way that you can package them up to give as a gift. Chex Mix is always one of my go-to Christmas time treats. I love Chex Mix because you can customize it to fit your taste. You can see here I have some Chex cereal, some mini pretzel twists, some cashews, and two different types of Cheez-Its. But for this recipe, the important thing to remember is that you need 11 cups total of whatever your dry ingredients are. And I like to make my Chex Mix in a crock pot, so you can see I just layered everything into my crock pot. And for the sauce, I like to melt together 6 tablespoons of butter, a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, and 2 tablespoons of dry ranch seasoning mix or 1 packet. And don't worry, I'll have this recipe linked in the description box below. Once I have all of those ingredients melted together, then I just pour it over all of my dry ingredients in my slow cooker. And then I usually set a timer for 30 minutes. So I give it a gentle stir once I have all of that liquid onto my dry ingredients. And then every 30 minutes, I'll come back and give it another stir for about 2 to 2.5 hours. Once it has cooked through and everything has soaked up all of that sauce, then I'll lay it out on a sheet pan to let it finish cooling down. Now, optionally, you can also add 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan cheese after it's all cool, but the important thing to remember is that you want to make sure it cools completely before you put it in any kind of container. And you can see here, I made a second batch that did not include any of the Cheez-Its, so that's what I mean. This is a really great way to customize what you think you'd like. And for the packaging, I went to the Dollar Tree, and they have some really cute cookie boxes this year that are perfect for packaging up Chex Mix. The second Christmas treat that I like to make has just 3 ingredients. I always get a bag of some kind of small pretzel. You can see here I found pretzel rings at Aldi, but you can also use the mini twists or even the little square waffle type pretzels. And you'll also need some Hershey Kisses and some M&Ms. Whenever I'm at the Dollar Tree, if I can find these parchment paper sheets, I always pick up a few boxes to have on hand because they're so much easier to use than a roll of parchment paper. You don't have to mess around with it rolling back up on you. You can just lay down a few sheets on your cookie tray. So on my cookie tray, you can see I laid 2 sheets down to fill the entire surface. And then I'm just going to start by laying out some of my pretzel rings, and I'm going to form 1 layer of pretzel rings all along the bottom of my cookie tray. I took all of my Hershey Kisses and I unwrapped all of them. And now that my pretzels are all laid out, all I need to do is place a Hershey Kiss in the center of each pretzel. And like I said, you can use any small pretzel shape that you want. I just happen to find these rings and it made for a really cute treat. An alternative to Hershey Kisses is to use the Rolo candies with the caramel in the center. And rather than using an M&M, you could use a pecan and it would make a turtle treat. And there's always different flavors of Hershey Kisses out, especially at Christmas time. Sometimes they have the striped ones or the ones with a little bit of peppermint in them. So any Hershey Kiss that you like would work for this treat. Once you have a Hershey Kiss in the center of each of your pretzels, you want to place this in a lower temperature oven. The recipe that I'm going to link below for you says to use a 175-degree oven, but I found with my oven it works better if I bump that up just a bit to 200 degrees. So depending on how your oven works, you may want to go somewhere between 175 or 200 degrees. And I left this in for about 2 minutes, just until the Hershey Kisses were soft enough that I could then take an M&M and press it down on top of each of the Hershey Kisses to form my little treat. For these treats, I found these cute little buckets at the Dollar Tree. And again, you want to make sure that they're completely cool and the chocolate is set before you package these up. Thought it would be fun to package all of these treats up with a few other things from the Dollar Tree to give as a gift to a couple or a family as a Christmas night out. So I started with this fun tub I got from the Dollar Tree, and you can see I put my Chex Mix in one of those cookie boxes. I like that it's clear on top so you can see what's in it. And I also have my pretzel treats in one of my little buckets. And a few things that I also picked up from the Dollar Tree were a few pairs of warm fuzzy socks, especially if you want to give this to somebody to maybe suggest that they go out and see some Christmas lights or sled ride or to a light up night. So I'm putting in 2 pairs of fuzzy socks into my bucket. And I also grabbed 2 pairs of gloves from the Dollar Tree that I'm going to tuck in on the sides. And whenever I think of going to look at Christmas lights, I always want to take hot chocolate with me. So I grabbed 2 of the travel mugs from the Dollar Tree, and I found it was easier if I stacked these on top of each other to put inside of my tub. And then another cute thing that the Dollar Tree has are these hot cocoa bombs. So you can just place one of those in the mug and pour over some warm milk or hot water to create your own cocoa. This gift basket was inspired by a tradition that my husband and I have. We always like to pick a night before Christmas to drive around our town and look at everybody's Christmas light displays. And the past few years, we've made it even more fun by creating a list of different lights that we want to try to find, sort of like a scavenger hunt. So that's something fun that we like to do. Don't forget, I'll have both of these recipes for these Christmas treats listed in the description box below. And let me know what one of your favorite Christmas traditions is. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming to hang out with me again today. I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you in the next one.